Now for the animation blueprint, let's go ahead and go to the player animation and open up our animation blueprint. Now inside of here, remember inside of the animation graph, state machine, let's drag from here and create another state and let's call this one walk. Now for this one, let's double click it and open it up. And just like before, we created this walk blend space. So let's go ahead and connect it here. And let's drag the movement direction and plug it in, and the movement speed variable and plug it in as well. Let's go ahead and click on compile. Now let's go back, and here, as you can see, just like before, we have to set the transition rule. So we actually have to go to the event graph first and get that boolean we just made before. So from the same interface here, we can drag and say walk variable, and we can get this boolean. And from this one, we can right click and promote this to a variable and call it for example, is walking. We can call it is walking. And let us go ahead and connect it. Double click this to make a reroute node, make it organized just like that. Okay, let's compile and let's go back to the movement here. Now for the transition rule, now we are transitioning from the run to the walk. So we can drag this is walking into here, just like that. So if we are walking, we want to transition from run to walk. Let's go ahead and click on compile. Let's go back. And again, we have to drag this from here to here because now we want to transition from walking to running. So if we are not walking anymore, so drag this and get it and say not boolean. So if you are not walking anymore, meaning this walking boolean will be false, then we want to start running again. Go ahead and click on compile. Now this is going to work. So if you click on play and you can click on the shift, you can see now I am walking and everything is working. Awesome. Everything is working. You can test out the animation. If something is wrong with the animation, you have probably done the blend space wrong, but you can see everything is working in all directions. However, there is a small problem right now. If you click on crouch and you click on the walk button at the same time now, it is not walking. See, it's not transitioning. And this is because you have to drag from this to this as well to create transition rules if you are crouching and you want to go ahead and start walking. I'm just going to drag this a bit away so there's more space, more organization. Now go ahead and click on this transition rule. So what should happen, or when should I transition from walk to crouch? So you can take this is walking and get it here. And again, just like before, not boolean. So if I am not walking right now, we are transitioning from walk to crouch. So we're not walking anymore. So if I'm not walking anymore, but I am crouching. So if crouching is true, but running is false, and we have to drag from here and say and select this and boolean and go ahead and connect those. So if you are not walking anymore and you are crouching, go ahead and run this transition rule. Let's go back here and let's drag from here, from the crouch to the walk like that, and double click on it. Now, when should you transition from crouching to walking? This is if I'm not crouching anymore. So taking this one, and if I am not crouching anymore, and just like that. And I am walking. So I want to transition to the walk. So if I'm not crouching anymore, but I am walking, I want to transition. So if I go ahead and click on play now, you can see if I crouch and if I hold the shift to walk and I let go of the crouch, you can see I am walking. So we can transition from walk and crouch as well. However, you can see there is still a small error. You can see if I crouch, hold shift to walk, you can see I'm walking. But if I hold control to crouch, you can see my movement speed is slightly higher because I'm actually crouching right now. It's taking the crouching speed. And this is something to do inside of our player. So in the player base, inside of here, we set this run speed and walk speed. So we're automatically running this walk speed here whenever we are walking, even though we are crouching. So this is a small error, and I want to introduce you later on to enumerations, and we can make this system a lot more clever. But for now, everything is working, and let's move ahead to the next lesson.